in market and various projects executed by the Delta State government. Stay with us.
Thank you for coming. Your Excellency, the National Chairman, it is on this note that I wish to invite you to please make your speech and commission this project. And as we step through to the Uboro community, you will also have some other projects listed to be commissioned. Thank you all and bless you.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Delta State, and by the grace of God, in a few months' time, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The Deputy Governor, the Honorable Speaker, the former Governor Emmanuel Uduaghan, all members of the National Working Committee of the People's Democratic Party, and with great delight in my heart, His Royal Highness the Olu of Warri, and all our spiritual leaders who are here. Thank you, and thank you for the support and prayers you've given to us in the journey to rescue and rebuild Nigeria. I think this is my second time of coming to Warri. The first time was when I was Minister of Internal Affairs, and your daughter was my permanent secretary, Mrs. Iremiran. She lost her mother, and we came for her. I have always heard about the great city of Warri, and I was very, very happy to come that time. I didn't know that history will bring me back the second time. But let me tell you that I'm very happy to come to Delta State as the chairman of the party for the second time, and particularly to Warri, where I came sometime in 2004. Your Excellency, I first took note of your work as a governor when it was televised that you built one of the best secretariats in Nigeria. I watched it on television among several other projects, and I decided to put a call to you to thank you and congratulate you for the great work you are doing for this country. I remember telling you that the nation is taking note of your commitment to the development of your people. Because very often, during campaigns, we come around, we gather people, they dance for us, we make beautiful speeches, and we go back and sit down and we do nothing for them. I think that is criminal. The People's Democratic Party, which I was a founding member, was formed to work for the people. And we are particularly proud of our governors who have tried to hold the flag flying. In this particular state of which we are very proud, this is the third governor of PDP extraction, and none of them have disappointed us. I am happy that Governor Uduaghan is here, Governor James Ibori is not here, but I'm sure he's with us. I'm happy that there is continuity in government. The first time you invited me to commission projects was in Asaba. And I commissioned about 4 projects. First, very deep underground drainages. One was about 4.7 kilometers. I know what that must have helped, particularly in the last floods that ravaged the whole of Delta and most of the riverine part of this country. You also took me to commission a technical college that was built almost like a university. And you told me that you have built several of those technical colleges in Delta State. I believe the people of Delta will not forget you. I think it is on that note that I want to sincerely appreciate you for what you have done for this community. Because without building things like this, we can't promote economic development and we can't bring stability. Or we will see youth restfulness. But for this market, those who are fishermen, those who are trading in other commodities can participate, can benefit. And it is not only the people of Warrior, as you have mentioned, but you did point out that even those from Ondo and beyond will come here and they will also trade in different ways. I was particularly impressed with the coins that were presented, because those coins represent different dates and different nationalities. In other words, this is actually an international meeting point. I'm happy the Delta State government recognized this and has reconstructed this, and I hope the next government of Sheriff will expand this market far beyond the scope that is here today, so that it will be truly an international market. I think if we do this in several communities, the PDP as a party, various governments of the PDP will be so much appreciated. It is on this note that I want to thank the cooperation of the community, because if we didn't get support of the community, the market would not even have been built. And I believe that we need that support. We need the support of our people to get elected, both at the state level and at the national level. The destruction that the current APC government has done in this country has taken us back 50 years. And we need to rebuild our country, recover and rebuild our country. We can't do it without our support. When we recognize as a party the sterling contributions of Governor Ogheye, his character as a calm, articulate and brilliant young man, we, the leadership of the party, decided that Delta State has to be rewarded, because Delta State has produced several outstanding governors. And this one in particular we felt should be promoted upstairs. And therefore, we selected him with the approval of our presidential candidate as the next vice president of Nigeria. I am happy that in a few months' time, when we were coming in the creeks, I told him that, look, the next time you are coming here, you'll be coming as the vice president. And it is not just ceremonial. You must make sure that the Niger Delta is seriously developed. Since 1992, when I was elected as a senator in this country, we were divided into groups, and I had the privilege of being in the group that toured the Niger Delta. The poverty in this place must be tackled decisively, and it cannot be done only by the state governments. There must be collaboration between the federal and the state government. God has now selected you. God has selected you to be the second son of Niger Delta, who will be holding a very high office. We hope you will pay special attention as you have done during your tenure as governor. And you will keep an eye on my friend Sheriff to make sure that he continues with the good work we three have already done. I want to thank Your Majesty for receiving me with all members of his community. I want to thank His Excellency and all members of the government of Delta State who have received us and educated us, because this is the first time I have ridden on such a long stretch of water. Very turbulent, but very exciting. I stood up throughout. I remember my days as a young man when I used to swim. And I was telling His Excellency, I asked him whether he can swim. He said, no, he can't swim. I said, if this boat capsizes, I will swim across to the bank. I will carry you along. But thank God the boat didn't capsize. So on this note, we will proceed and commission the project, cut the tape, and we pray to Almighty God that this market will bring prosperity to Warri, to Delta, to the South-South, and the whole of Nigeria. This is the return of prosperity to the Nigerian people. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Hello. Please clear the aisles for His Excellency, His Majesties, to the commissioning site. Please, after the commission of the floating market, His Majesties, His Excellencies shall be conveyed by car to Obogoro, while others will go by boat. For sure. So, Baba. Hello.
We first have to thank the Almighty God who has given us the capacity to overcome nature. Without that, we won't be able to build a market that is floating on water. And I hope the Almighty God will bless this market, expand it, and enrich the people of this community and beyond. It's on that note that I want to not only thank His Excellency, the Governor, who has provided the necessary resources to get this possible, the contractor, and above all, His Royal Highness and his people who have given support. So I wish to commission this very important project in the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Where's the flag? Where's the flag?
To unveil this flag to the glory of God Almighty. And it reads, Ogheye ultra-modern floating market, built by His Excellency Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Oko administration, commissioned this 11th day of January 2023 by His Excellency Senator Dr. Ogheye, National Chairman, People's Democratic Party, PDP. Thank you.
Chief Patrick Uka, the Secretary to the State Government, we just want to ask you a few questions concerning the project that has just been inaugurated. When was this project conceptualized? And what will you say was the drive of the state government in its establishment?
First, we give God the glory that today we have finally commissioned this market. The idea of this market started at the first tenure of this regime. And the idea was that this market had existed as an international market, a market that had brought a lot of people from Ghana, from different neighboring African countries to trade in this place. And with the drive of the government, when you talk about the motivation was that we need to bring life closer to the people in the creeks. And if you look at what is happening here today, we have completely transformed the creeks. So today, that dream that started in the first tenure is being fulfilled. And there's room for bigger and bigger expansion to make it more international than it is. So we're happy about it. If you look at this place, we have one of the biggest secondary schools and primary schools in this place. We have concrete pavement roads that are linking the smaller communities around here. And in a few minutes, we'll be cutting the tape to also open up a bridge that linking some states. If you observe very well, you see the former deputy governor of Edo State here. I was once here when I was a commissioner for education, and I saw people who were transported from the neighboring states, Edo and Ondo State, to school in this place and to come to market. In fact, we have a son of the soil who provided boats that were taking people along the riverine area to bring them to school and take them back. So I must tell you that this is a motivation that we've gotten very right. Now you can see that a long distance to travel by water to come here, but you can actually stay here and spend some time in this place without going to worry.
Living in the riverine areas, sometimes it seems like it's a death sentence. Is it safe to say that the Ifeanyi Okowa-led administration has changed the narrative?
Yes, the narrative hasn't changed. You know, remember not too long ago, the vice president came here to commission about 19.5-kilometer road in somewhere in the waters, Ogheye to be precise. And if you go to Brutu, you can actually drive cars in those places. So I must tell you that this is what the Niger Delta people have been yearning for. Bring government closer to us. There are a lot of things that can happen that is happening on land that can happen here. And if you bring that to them, you will not see the agitations you are talking about. And I think we have done that to a very great extent. And I'm very sure that the next governor that will take over will continue from where he has stopped. And we are going to see more. We have a lot of projects up here in the waters that we need to commission, but we've not had the time. But very soon we'll have a festival of commissioning. Maybe commissioners will go to commissioning because there's no... In fact, the supermarket MD was telling me that he's been looking for time for more projects to be commissioned. But we need to showcase them somehow. But we're happy about it because this is very strategic.
How will you marry projects like this with the job creation program of Governor Ifeanyi Okowa?
Fantastic. When you look at Yagep, I've been here severally. I know we have a lot of fish ponds that are going on here. There are people who have been trained under Yagep. There are people who have been trained under Stepreno. And this market creates an avenue for business for them. Most of them who are fashion designers, people live in this place, they want to see what is in the city. And this market provides an assemblage for them to be able to come back and exchange ideas, goods and services. So this market is very strategic, and I can tell you that you can actually stay here without going to worry for the next 2-3 months. I've been to a Bosa's house in this place with something like a stadium for entertainment and for everything. So I think that life can be what it is on land in the creeks, and that is what we're seeing today. When we were coming in, one of our visitors was thinking that the floating market was moving, but it's the waves of the water. But that's the excitement, that you are standing on water and you can trade and be happy.
Thank you very much, Chief Patrick Uka, Secretary to the State Government. Thank you very much. Commissioner for Information, Charles Aniagu, thank you for joining us. We just want you to give us an insight on this project that we have just commissioned today. So much has been said about growing the economy of communities in the riverine areas and Delta State as large. How will this impact on the economy of communities around here and also in the state?
Well, thank you very much. Let me first appreciate you and members of your team for being able to navigate the murky waters of the creeks to get to this particular venue. I'm sure you did up to about 2 hours from Warri before getting to this environment. And what you have seen here today is another signature project of Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa. You do know a number of communities have seen projects across the length and breadth of the creeks, not to talk of what's happening in the upland. And projects like this is one of the main reasons you can hear of Delta in the news for the good reasons. Before now, you hear of individuals approaching the pipelines, busting the pipes, and then the creeks being very, very noisy. But today, our creeks have become very, very calm because those projects that they were ab initio seeking to see or looking out for in the pipes have been brought out of the pipes, and now they can see it on land. So the Ogheye floating market, the bridges that you have seen in the creeks linking these different communities, the schools that we have built are the reasons why today Delta is #1 in oil production. It is not because we now have more deposit of crude on the soils of Delta. It is because our people have now realized that government have continued to give them projects, and as such they have reciprocated such gesture by allowing us to have peace in the creeks of the Niger Delta. And what that has done for us is that we have been able to now enjoy the support of our people in governing the state. The Ogheye floating market is one market that has now been able to serve our people. There have always been market in this environment with international community coming here to buy fish and do some buying and selling. You saw our brothers from Ondo also at the venue of this commissioning. You saw our brothers from Edo. This particular community is more like a conference town where you have individuals from these other states converging on these particular spots for the purpose of commerce. And so it was not out of place that the administration of Okowa, in the course of our electioneering campaign in 2019, we were in this environment. And he made a promise that he's going to transform this market from a wooden market, it used to be a wooden market, to a market where you'll be able to trade like your counterparts in the upland. Today, this market is sitting on water, and you have seen it. It's more like building, what is it called now? It's more like building a port, just like what you have in Apapa. The only difference is that you may not have some of those equipment that you can use to offload very heavy materials or items like cranes and all that. But every other thing that you desire in a port is already in existence here. We have a police post, we have a banking hall, we have several lock-up shops, we have open stores, we even have an arena where individuals can also do some form of buying and selling that is outside the shops. So it is a market that was thought through by Senator Dr. Atoefan Okowa, and he saw the need to have this kind of project. You listen to the national chairman of Agri Party, Senator Iyecho Ayu, describing what it is in this environment. As I speak to you now, the governor and his guests are proceeding to the bridge, which is just about 300 meters away from here, for the purpose of commissioning that project. From there, they will be able to drive about 3 kilometers in the creeks built by Senator Okowa to be able to get to the school. That road is also part of what we are commissioning today. Why we have done that is because we believe that living in the creeks should not be seen as a death sentence. Do you know that in this environment they have a club? If we were to be here on a Friday, I will tell you that let us just sleep. You know that your colleagues came here yesterday. Ask them. They did not sleep in the market. They were able to get accommodation. So what that tells you is that we have been able to transform our creeks. That is not to say that development in the creeks is ended. The next administration, we are convinced by the grace of God, will also be able to carry through to make our people in the creeks to also enjoy life because they contribute largely to the GDP of the state through the oil that lies beneath their soil. And so we are quite excited about what's happening here today.
Well, this is just one out of some other projects, executed by this administration for the people of the riverine areas. Can you give us an example of some other projects that Governor Okowa has, established for the people of the riverine community?
Not long ago, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, a man we love so much, in spite of the fact that he belongs to another political party, he has shown a whole lot of love for the people of Delta. Twice he has been to Delta State to commission projects in the creeks. The Ogheye Township Road, the Okrenkoko Township Road. There is a road that links the people of Ogheye and Burutu local government area that is about 19.7 kilometers in the creeks. This particular road goes across a place called Sokobulu 1 and 2. Goes across a place they call Yokri, a place they call Yobebe. This particular road links multiple communities in the creeks. You may want to ask, how do they drive? Even if you use a badge, I wish it's possible for your camera to show, you see that there's a vehicle parked there. The badge brings them in, they are able to commune within the community. Where the governor is headed to now is about 3 kilometers away from here. It is not all the time that you have to now go and use boats. Our brothers, just like the governor now, will have to ride on that road to be able to access the next community. And when you move away from that, we have also been able to build schools in places like Polobubo. We have built hospitals. Why we are doing it is because our brothers and sisters who live in the creeks are also contributing very, very immensely to the GDP of not only our state, but that of the country. Burutu local government is the highest oil producing local government in the entire country. So the question is, what will you do for such persons? You don't just go and collect. Those who speak English, they say to whom much is given, much is expected. They have given so much to Nigeria by way of contributing from the oil that lie beneath their soil. And the best that we should give to them is that they also expect development. So we are bringing development to them because they too have played their role by giving us the peace. And I can assure you that if government, both state and federal, continue along this trajectory, you will see that the creeks will remain very, very calm. So it wasn't magic that Delta have become very peaceful. You see everybody converting here. Nobody is scared of being kidnapped because there's a synergy between the administration of Senator Dr. Ogheye and our good people of the creeks. I feel like even staying back here to enjoy the breeze, enjoy the fresh fish, and then have to possibly club with my brothers because it's not only in Warri, not only in Asaba, that you can enjoy such. So, my sister, tell it to the world that our people in the creeks have seen that not only that government can work, but that the government of Senator Dr. Ogheye is indeed working. And that is what Atiku saw to nominate him as the vice presidential candidate of the PDP. And what is happening here, it is what is also going to bring on board to support the very sterling qualities of Atiku for them to transform Nigeria and recover us from where we are at the moment as a country. So we plead with Nigerians, come February 25th, to see that this kind of beauty that is happening here is what Atiku and Ogheye is promising Nigerians. And let them leave the sentiments and get articulated in the course of that election so that Nigeria will become much better for all of us.
So much to unpack. Finally, any more of such projects in the pipeline?
They are not in the pipeline. We no longer leave projects in the pipeline so that nobody goes to the pipe to bust the pipe. We have since started bringing this project out of the pipe. They are no longer in the pipe. We talk about it, we give it to you. By the time you move from here up to Koko and then to Sapele, you will see a number of schools that are also being rebuilt. One of the schools that is being rebuilt, that is going to be commissioned today, was also rebuilt by this administration. There are many more. When you go to Bamadi, the Bamadi market is also up, very soon will be commissioned. When you leave Bamadi and you decide to proceed to Burutu, you will see that all the internal roads, and I use my words advisedly, the internal roads in Burutu have all been paved, even if it's in the heart of the creeks. When you get out of Burutu and you proceed to Warri Southwest, you will also see the number of things we have done in places like Okrenkoku. If you also get out of that place and you move to Warri South, and you get to a place called Ogheye, Ogheye Shekiri, which is the traditional home of the Shekiri people, you will also see that the internal roads in Ogheye Shekiri have been paved. If you get out of that place and you proceed walking through Udu local government and then moving into Ogheye, which is of course in Warri Southwest, you will see that the government of Senator Dr. Ogheye is working. And so we don't keep the projects in the pipe because that will attract our people to go to the pipes. And the reason why they are not busting the pipe is because we have brought the project out of the pipe. And we don't have intention of leaving those projects to remain in the pipeline. So we have brought them out. So you can ask me, is there any other project on ground that the people will see that will commission between now and May 28 this year? You recall, we have always made it clear that our administration will work up to the 28th of May 2023. In spite of the fact that our boss is very much involved in also canvassing for support of Nigerians and interfacing with Nigerians, we are much more concerned about the need to deliver dividends of democracy for the good people of Delta State so that at the end of the day, we would have left our footprints positively in the sands of time. And we do believe that when we leave office, our children will have the opportunity of possibly when we are gone, visiting our graves and dance a willow and enjoy that their fathers and their parents left the footprints in the sands of time, and not that they will spit on our grave because of lack of performance. So we are quite confident that history will record us on the positive part, and that's why some of us are very much excited about what is happening, and a good number of persons are also excited about what Senator Dr. Ato Ifeanyi is doing in Delta, which is why we appreciate Atiku for seeing him. Of course, you know Atiku is a talent hunter, for being able to discover once again this talent, just as he assisted Obasanjo to discover a lot of talents when they were in office between 1999 and 2007.
Thank you very much, Commissioner for Information, Charles Aniago. Thank you. We just witnessed the inauguration of the Ogheye floating market, ultra-modern floating market, I beg your pardon, and it's commissioned by the PDP National Chairman, Senator Ayu. Right now, the governor has gone ahead to commission the road linking the bridge to the market and also some schools in a nearby community over there. From Ogheye Floating Market, Vivian Oramadike, Channels Television.
Thank you for those you have used to have brought it about. And we know that because there's still so much needs to be met, we are looking forward to greater development and a wider spread of it. Grant that all that we will do here today will pave the way for it. But it will be yours. The praise will be yours. Things will be ours. Your Excellency, Senator Iota Ayu, National Chairman of the People's Democratic Party of Nigeria, Your Excellency, Senator Dr. Ato Ifeanyi, the Governor of Delta State, and by the grace of God, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Your Excellency, Kingsley Burutu Otwaro, a Deputy Governor of Delta State. Your Excellency, Dr. Emmanuel Eweta Udwanga, our immediate past Governor of Delta State. Your Royal Majesty, the Olu of Free, and other royal fathers here present, our state chairman, and members of the National Working Committee of the People's Democratic Party, other top government functionaries, our chiefs, our good people of Warri Kingdom, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Today we are here in Ogheye, Warri North local government area, for the commissioning of this beautiful edifice, floating market, first of its kind anywhere in Africa. To God be the glory. Your Excellencies, let me now welcome the local government chairman, the irrepressible, handsome, Honorable Captain Smart Asekotu, to welcome us to this function. Smart Asekotu, please.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Delta State, Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Ato Ogheye, the National Chairman of PDP, the Royal Majesty, the Olu of Warri Kingdom, permit me to stand on existing protocols. Today is the pleasure of the people of Warri North local government that we are witnessing the ultra-modern market built for the Ogheye people and Warri North at large. On behalf of the good people of Warri North local government, I wish to express our delight. We are highly delighted that this project is sited in this local government. I want to specially thank you, Your Excellency, for approving and building this ultra-modern market that today we have come to commission. I want to believe that the people of Warri North are excited. And I believe that this market will bring a lot of attraction to this area, such that one-time memory of this market here is today renewed, ignited, and the people are grateful. We want to say thank you, Your Excellency. In the midst of so much challenges around this terrain, you were able to start and finish this market. We are indeed grateful. Thank you.
Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, without wasting time, I'd like to invite the Honorable Commissioner for Works, Rural and Bridges, Honorable Solomon Gawley, to introduce this project, and thereafter invite His Excellency.
His Excellency, Senator Dr. Ato Ifeanyi Ogheye, Governor of Delta State, by the special grace of God, the incoming Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. His Excellency Dr. Yosha Ayo, National Chairman of our great party. His Excellency the Deputy Governor of Delta State, Barrister Kingsley Otuaro. Please permit me to stand on every other established protocol. It is with great sense of responsibility and pleasure that I welcome you all to the commissioning ceremony of Ogheye ultra-modern floating market in Warri North local government area by the national chairman of our great party, His Excellency Dr. Yosha Ayo. The ultra-modern market, floating market, is one of the several projects stated, completely executed as promise keeper mega project legacy of Delta State. His Excellency Dr. Ifeanyi Ato. Permit me to confine myself simply to the introduction of this magnificent project, the first of its kind in Nigeria. The Ogheye floating market is situated at Ogheye, a bustling trading center at the mouth of Benin River by the Atlantic Ocean. Ogheye town is strategically located at Ogheye front, richly endowed with abundant mineral resources of seafood. In keeping to His Excellency Dr. Ifeanyi mega profit made during the National campaign, the Ogheye floating market has been constructed to enhance the economy of the rural riverine communities. The old Ogheye market consisted of jetties and sheds. It was acquired from these original owners in 1991 by the Warri North Local Government Council, who remodeled it into a floating market with pillars made of timber on a wooden platform. The whole floating market grew tremendously and became a trading hub, attracting traders from neighboring riverine states of Edo, Ondo, Ogun, and Lagos states. Considering the bustling trade and the state government resolved to impart the common traders with desirable dividends of democracy, also made the state government to embark on this mega legacy project, geared towards the provision of conducive market environment. Even for trade, Ogheye Ultra-Modern Floating Market was awarded to an indigenous contractor, Messiah Ocean Explorers Limited, on 27th October 2022 by this administration. The ultra-modern floating market is built on the top of approximately 6,000 reinforced concrete platform supported by over 450 diameter pillars. The market, as completed today, comprises the following: a landing jetty, 96 open stores, 80 lock-up stores, security tower, gatehouse, canteen, administrative building, a banking hall, male and female toilet, a protective fence on the platform. Other facilities on the market, which are located outside the platform, are the fishing processing unit, warehouse building, 20 meters towards steel sanction, generator set, and a water treatment plant, all of which are complemented by a protective retaining wall for structures along the riverbank bordering the concrete platform, as well as concrete walkway to link the facilities within the community. We here at this junction acknowledge the excellent supervisory role of the Ministry of Works, Ministry of Housing, and the staff of the Ministry of Trade and Investment. This occasion is a testimony of a work well done. Finally, on behalf of the Ministry of Trade and Investment, I present the complete Ogheye Ultra-Modern Floating Market. My here at this junction.
Thank you. Thank you. Back to back without wasting time, may I invite Basharon Ogheye, the Managing Director, Delta State Oil Producing Areas Development Commission, to introduce his own project. Mr. Basharon Ogheye.
Your Excellency, our National Chairman, Your Excellency, the Governor of Delta State, and by the grace of God, incoming Vice President of the Federal Republic, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Delta State, Mr. Speaker, please permit me to stand on all existing. Your Excellency, the Sobadek have two completed projects for commissioning today. The first being a steel pedestrian bridge connecting the modern floating market of Ogheye, where we are now, to link it to Ogheye Demigum. The bridge is across the Joro Creek, linking the market to Ogheye Demigum. Before now, crossing was by local boats, sometimes pulled by hand, and this we seek to eliminate by the construction of that bridge. I must say, it is safer and faster now for our people to move across. Your Excellency, the second project is a 3-kilometer reinforced concrete pedestrian walkway. It started from Otuanla to Obogoro and Ubugengin to Ogheye. This is in twofold. From the modern market here to the foot of the bridge is 500 meters. And across the bridge, we have another 500 meters. This road has been constructed to allow vehicular movement around the urban community, be the major urban community around this neighborhood. And perhaps more critical, Your Excellency, was the need to find a lasting solution to casualties regularly recorded by travel by river from Ogheye to Obogoro, particularly by students. Sometimes are met with the walkway consists of two parts, 2.5 kilometers from Obogoro to the bridge at the Migo, and another 500 from this side to the market. Your Excellency, I wish to commend this.
Thank you, Your Excellencies. We have Mr. Mode Augustine, who will be presenting some plaques to some deserving persons. I've been told that Ayo Green receiving one, Godi Ebosa will be receiving one, the Honorable Fred Martins, who is from this community, then the last one will be for His Excellency, the Governor. Is to present only, no speech. There are 4 recipients. The first is Ayo Green, Godi Ebosa, the other Ed Martins, and His Excellency Senator Ato Ifayokowa. Yes, like we said, Ayo Green. Okay, haven't done that, please. We'd like to ask.
So we thank you for knowing us. And we pray that when
Thank you. We'd like to ask that we clear front of the state box. Let me now respectfully invite His Excellency Senator Dr. I'm sorry for the mix-up. We are to hear from His Majesty, His Royal Majesty, the Olu of Warri.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the Governor of Delta State, Senator Ato Ifayokowa. And I don't want to breach protocol. I know all of Delta State is here, Deputy Governor and the Speaker, but I also want to specially recognize the presence of our guest, the Chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Senator Ayu. You are welcome. Very quickly, also special recognitions from my brothers, fellow members of the Delta State Traditional Camp. You are all welcome. All other protocol observed. Your Excellency, I want to thank you for being the instrument that God has used for us to see the completion of this project today. It started many years ago, and here we are today. And my remark simply is, this part of Nigeria has been known for its abundant of oil and gas, and we are grateful for that. But as even some of your predecessors have been preaching, and you as well, trying to reposition Delta State beyond oil and gas. And the best way to do that is commerce. And nothing depends better than a market. Today, as this market opened, by the grace of God, we will see commercial activities flow to Benin River axis. And this is only a step. By the grace of God, we will see larger fishing, commercial fishing activities, as well as other commercial activities that will contribute greatly to the growth and development of Delta State and Nigeria at large. So on behalf of the Shekiri Nation, on behalf of the South, Warri North, we say thank you, Your Excellency, and God bless you.
Thank you. Please, let's put our hands together for His Royal Majesty the Oluwafori. Your Excellencies, it is important for us to put on record that this market is not a local market. It is an international market, because in course of building this market, while they were excavating, coins from all over the world were from different countries were seen, excavated here. It only goes to show that this Ogheye market has been an international market. May I now respectfully invite the engineer who built the market to so present these coins to you. Mr. Godi Ebosa, please. Your Excellency, I've been told that some of the coins are from ancient Spain, from England, from the Netherlands, from India, from China, from Japan, from America, even from the Bahamas. It shows say Ishakiri people don't trade with Oyibo tea. Abema kuna clap on herself. The values of these coins, if put in the market, will be more than 1 billion naira today money. Thank you. Please clear front of the state box so that we can do the needful. Thank you. May I now respectfully invite the next President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Senator Dr. Arthur Ifeanyi Okowa, Commander of the Order of the Nigeria and Governor of Delta State. Ekweme.
Your Excellency, National Chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Senator Dr. Yochayu, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Delta State, Your Excellency, the immediate past Governor of Delta State, Dr. Emmanuel Weto, the Right Honorable Speaker of the Delta State House of Assembly, the Secretary of our great party, Senator Anyanwu, and other members of the National Working Committee, members of the National Assembly here present, Your Royal Majesty, the Olu of Warri, Your Royal Majesties of other kingdoms here present, the Pere of Akubene, who is the first vice chairman of the Traditional Rulers Council, various chiefs who are here present, our dear people of Warri North, and all other guests invited, including some members of the House of Assembly that I see here, our dear people of Ogheye community, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. First, I must give thanks to God that today we are commissioning this floating market. It's important to note that Dr. Emmanuel Wetodua gave dream to this market and this started the project, and it's important to take note of that. However, due to financial constraints and the fact that the contractor was not on speed, the project could not be completed. And when my administration came in, because I was also part of that dream, and when I visited Warri North for the first time to actually commission the newly rebuilt Oboro and Otionla, I visited this place and saw the state of the project, and we had to truly redesign it to expand it on a 6,000 meter square deck, and gave the contract after we had discussed with the previous contractor who exited the contract. We gave the contract to a son of the Warri Kingdom, and we thank God that in 2 years he was able to deliver this project. It's important to state that our people have the capacity to do great things. And when we did call on him and asked that he made us a promise that he'll be able to complete it in 2 years, he did make the promise, and we thank God that he kept to his promise. Today we are here, we've been told the expanse of the floating market. The one good thing is that I'm glad that I'm able to see the project commissioned, and I'm glad that my predecessor, Dr. Emmanuel Wetodua, has also found time to be with us at this commissioning. Thank you, sir, for being with us. I must appreciate the presence of the Olu of Warri and our traditional rulers from other kingdoms at this very commissioning ceremony. It gives me a lot of joy. I have been talking about this market, national chairman, and I thought it was necessary for him to have the experience of having to go through our waters, because we did about an hour to this place by boat. And while he was coming, he came with so many of our National Working Committee members. We had a very jolly good ride to this place. And I'm glad, Mr. Chairman, that finally you've come into our waters. So you see how diverse this place is. So when truly we take over government of Nigeria by May 29, 2023, this year. So when we are talking about the challenges of the riverine areas, I'm sure that we'll get to understand through you and through the rest members of the National Working Committee that it is truly a very difficult terrain. Those are the things that we meet as we continue on our day-to-day development of our state. It is not exactly like many other states. It takes a lot. What may take you 1 billion to do in another state, you may have to spend 5 billion or even more in some parts of this state. So I want to thank you, sir, and to welcome you and other members of the National Working Committee, including one of our leaders, Alhaji Adamu Waziri, to this riverine community for this commissioning. Here again today, we'll be commissioning the Odoko Secondary School blocks of classrooms and hotel accommodation, including the dining, and also the link road between Oboro and Ogheye, built by Desopadek. In fact, the Oboro community and the Otionla community were destroyed during the time we had crisis in this area, and the two twin villages were actually rebuilt to a great extent by Desopadek. Desopadek is the oil commission, the commission that is in charge of oil producing areas of the state. And I always appreciate them for the great work that they are doing. So the pedestrian bridge connects this particular community with Oboro community. And as you get into Oboro community, there's also another pedestrian bridge that connects to Otionla, one of the villages in the riverine. So we want to welcome you. We know that time is fast spent. I truly want to appreciate all our traditional rulers who have found time to be with us and the chiefs. So I wouldn't want to waste a lot of time. We know that we will continue until May 28 to do the best that we can for Delta and also for our riverine communities. Sometimes people say, what has it done? I say it appears that those who talk have truly not gone through Delta State. Here in Delta State, the Vice President of this country came to commission a 20-kilometer road in Burutu local government, and also came to commission township roads in some of our communities. I do not want to keep on naming them, but I know that many of our communities in the riverine area have been getting a lot of facelift. Why? Because these communities are actually oil producing. And if these communities produce the oil that truly feeds this nation in terms of the money that we actually use to develop a nation, there is no reason why we shouldn't spend money and spend time to find development in these communities and give them encouragement and hope for the future. So for me, I'm truly very happy that this project is completed. And I want to thank the community for all the cooperation that they did give us. And I hope and pray that the next administration, under Right Honorable Sheriff Oborowore, will continue in this light. I want to thank all of you for coming. And looking at the crowd of persons that have come, I begin to wonder whether this river alone was able enough to take all the boats that brought the so many dignitaries that are here. I believe that is because of the interest that we have in what has happened to this community and the project that we inaugurate today.
The best way.
Even far away from Ondo State, we can see the former Deputy Governor of Ondo State, His Excellency Agbonla, here with us. We want to thank you for coming. And you know that the market is available for your people from all across Ondo State to this place. So we thank you for sharing in our joy today. Thank you so much for coming. Your Excellency, the National Chairman, it is on this note that I wish to invite you to please make your speech and commission this project. And as you step through to the Oboro community, you will also have some other projects listed to be commissioned. Thank you all.
You've been watching Channels Television coverage of the commissioning of the floating market and other projects put in place by the Delta State government. Please stay tuned as we resume our lineup of regular programming.
Our website, channelstv.com.